All right, let me see. What else do I have here? Oh, here's a good question. I like this one. This is great. What cities outside of, let me switch the screen here so we can read this. What cities outside of DMV have the best ISSO SCA work opportunities? This is a great question. I love this question. I've had this question many times over the years. So DMV is, help me out here, guys, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. That area has the most jobs for what we do in the U.S. anyway. In the U.S., that area, East Coast, has so many positions for what we do, for information system security officer work, for cybersecurity work, for cryptography, for forensics, for and of course for security control assessors, security compliance officers, all that. And the reason why is because most of the U.S. government's federal organizations, the three letters, the NSA, the CIA, the FBI, they're all there. All their Quantico, all of those headquarters are there. And then you've got the DOD, the Department of Defense, the Department of every organization, the Pentagon, all of them are all in that area, right? So there's so many jobs that pay really, really well for what we do. So that's what he means. But now the question is this: what other places outside of that area have the best SCA work? Now, this is based on my personal experience, but what I want to do is back that up with a little bit of data, right? I'm gonna tell you my experience with it, and then I'm gonna back it up with data. Top cybersecurity locations. Yes, I'm on YouTube. Yes, I'm typing it into YouTube. But I want to tell you my own personal experience with it as well as I'm looking. Okay, couple places in the USA. Just before I show you data, off the top of my head, what I've seen, right? Offers I've gotten myself, and then I'll tell you why in each one of those places. One of the places is Colorado. Why? So Colorado has 5 or 6 bases in this state. Bases means Department of Defense. Bases means Department of the Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. Like everybody's here. Space Force, I think, has a branch here. Cybersecurity Command Northcom has a command here. There's several commands here. There's several branches of the military here. There's a few headquarters here. Our space, or Air Force Space commands here. Like at one point you had NORAD here. Like you have so many. I think NORAD's still here. There's 5 or 6 different bases in Colorado, and then you got multiple headquarters here, right? It's just not something people think about. It's probably comes from the Cold War. Back in the Cold War, when they thought that there would be nuclear weapons and stuff, the U.S. started putting some of their assets here because they knew it's in the mountains and it's going to be hard. They buried a base underground. This is not classified. It's called Cheyenne Mountain, right? You can Google it. The base doesn't even exist anymore. So, or as far as I know, I think they got rid of it. But tons of bases here, tons of opportunities here. So Colorado, number 1. Another place that comes up a lot for me is Plano, Texas. Not just Texas, but Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas has become like a tech hub. There's so many contracting agencies. They're doing assessment work. They're doing information security officer work. I get so many calls from Plano, Texas. It's crazy. Sometimes from Houston or that kind of Dallas-Fort Worth, but mostly Plano, Texas. Another one, so Colorado, Plano, Texas, Southern California. I get some from San Diego. And the reason why San Diego is because San Diego has a big Navy presence there. San Diego has SPAWAR and U.S. Department of the Navy. I don't know if they're headquartered there or whatever, but the Navy has tons of assets in that area. So I get tons of calls about that. And then the LA has a bunch of stuff there too, where they have their headquarters there for different contracting agencies. So Southern California has quite a bit of jobs for the type of work you're talking about. Another place would be, I know I'm forgetting a couple. Let me see what places. I've gotten some from Florida because the Southcom is there. But not that many. I feel like I'm forgetting one or two places. If you guys chime in, if you have any off the top of your head that you can think of that are good. Those are the main ones that I would consider that are up there with your DMV type area, for these kinds of jobs. But let me back this up with data. Like I said, I want to go to a site that's talking about this. Let me see, top cybersecurity in the top cybersecurity states or places. I'll say places. Now that's my experience, guys, but what I want to do is show you a little bit of data. Maybe I might even be forgetting some stuff, so let's look at that too. Yeah, okay, Washington D.C. Of course, that's the DMV that he's talking about. It's number one largest concentration of this type of work. And then they mentioned New York for cyber. Now I just typed in cybersecurity, so not necessarily ISSO work. But I would not put New York on my list, but I have gotten offers from there. San Francisco, I wouldn't put it on my list because we're talking about security control assessors and we're talking about information security officer work, which is mostly federal jobs. You just don't have a lot of federal organizations in these two cities. Even though they have a ton of jobs and tons of work. Chicago, I haven't gotten. Arlington, Virginia, that's the DMV. Washington, I haven't really got a lot, but Redmond, that's near Redmond. So, Seattle has a ton of software and Microsoft stuff there. Atlanta, Georgia, it's been picking up a little bit, but I wouldn't. San Diego, I mentioned that one. Dallas, Texas. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I got a couple of them right. So just telling you guys my 2 cents about that. So I hope that answers your question.